Right, so this is a bit of an extended review of my Ignis Pixel Buugeng. I've had them for a few weeks now. A few people have asked me, how are they going? How are they doing? And so far, really, really good. So I'll go over kind of where I'm at, where I've gotten to, show you some of the features that I've gotten used to, and let you know a couple of things that honestly probably could be better. So just as Buugeng, I haven't changed my mind from early on. They're beautifully weighted. They are really well balanced. The handles are just wonderful. Absolutely love the handles on them. They work very, very well as just straight up Buugeng. I mean, if this was just a set of 3D printed Buugeng that you snap together, they would be great. I mean, these would be a wonderful addition to anybody's Buugeng spinning because they just spin really well. They're really well weighted. They're wonderful. Uh, the LEDs, though, is obviously what everybody's interested in. I think I've been posting a few videos taken with Luminancer, a few still shots of the patterns. They work great. They're not as clear and they're not as kind of amazing as the Pixel Poi and some of the Pixel staffs because I think between the curvature and the fact that these are a more opaque color and they diffuse the light a little bit more than I've seen the Ignis Pixel Buugeng are just a clear acrylic sleeve over the lights. So you probably get a bit more clarity, a bit more definition out of that. But at the same time, I think everybody who's seen my videos can see you really do see some nice patterns in them. They're beautiful to the naked eye. Again, I use Luminancer to enhance kind of how they look, but they are beautiful to the naked eye as well. I really wish I could truly capture the kind of the colors and the vibrance and the movement that I see myself when I'm spinning in the mirror or when I'm just kind of practicing around the studio. I have used them in a performance, in a professional performance on stage, and I wish we had a professional videographer for that one because I think the show went really well. They performed absolutely spectacularly on stage, and the crowd was completely blown away. Again, people around here have seen me spin Buugeng professionally on stage for a few years now, but they've never seen anything like this. I had a number of people just come up to me and just absolutely stunned by how these looked on stage. And again, that was literally like 72 hours after I got them. So it can only go up from there, really. Functionality wise, this is something I haven't touched on much because in the earlier reviews I just didn't know that much. For the Buugeng, you've got 3 buttons that I've probably shown before. These will select your program. One of the nice things, one of the things that's fantastic for being on stage is when you select a program that you've done, and there you go. I've got the program set up. What you can do at this point is you hold any button for 2 seconds. Boom, and now your tips, if you can see, your tips are kind of this whitish blue. Now, basically, you are set so that when the music starts or when the beat hits that your program starts on, you can hit one button on one Buugeng and both of them will start up in sync. So, 1, 2, 3 bass hits, and there you go. You are spinning. They're both synchronized. They are motion or speed sensitive, so they will spin slower. Or if you're going faster, they'll spin a bit faster. Interestingly, if you can see this is a custom pattern that I created myself. It's me in purple and green. So this is a purple and green stripe pattern. Okay, it changed because the program changed, but I have created. I'll turn this back off. I have created a few patterns, a few custom images and patterns that I've been able to upload myself. The next part of this will be talking about the software and that. So they're infinitely customizable to what you need them for because you really can put any kind of color patterns or images or whatever you want in them. The images, again, these are the 80 pixel HD, which is the maximum on the Buugeng. It's the only on the Buugeng, I believe. You're not going to get those like crystal clear pictures of like Sonic the Hedgehog or Pikachu or a corporate logo or something. I've played around with some images. Again, you can see some nice images, some nice patterns, but I'm just not able to see like you see in some of the other Pixel Poi, the Ignis Pixel Poi. You can like see photographs in the air, things of that nature. These don't have that kind of definition, but they're still really, really, really nice. So I wouldn't sell my, I wouldn't promote myself as being able to like put your corporate logo in the flow, but you can do simple things, you can do simpler patterns, and they really do show up even to the naked eye, which I love. To get to the only two things that I can really think of that I say could use improvement, because I want to stay completely, completely neutral in this. I've already talked about the connectors. Again, I haven't had any trouble with the connectors. They're rock solid. I have not had any trouble, but I just don't know about the longevity. Honestly, it's not a negative. It's just an I don't know. If you take these apart and put them back together to carry them, to transport them for, days, every day for months or a year, they might loosen up a bit. But I don't know. Again, we'll have to see long term. I'm paying attention to it. The other part is, again, we'll go into the buttons. These buttons, again, there's nothing wrong with them. They work 100% of the time. I've never had trouble with them. The blue button in the middle is the power button. The green and pink buttons are just selecting the program, and then the blue button activates the program. It's very simple. Now, the reason I say that you could use improvement is they're super flat against the side of the Buugeng, which is good. You don't want them catching up. You don't want them pushing accidentally, but it's very hard to feel them push. I guess that's the only thing. I like a button that has a bit more click, that has a bit more feel to it, like you've got a positive click when you hit the button. These sometimes don't feel that way. They're very, very, very small throw, which again, that's what you want for something like this, where they're laid up against the side. You don't want to accidentally push one. But at the same time, if I'm trying to choose, for example, if I want to choose a specific pattern, you've got to click up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if one of those clicks misses, then you kind of get off whatever pattern you're on. That's basically the thing. It's a super minor complaint. And again, it's just my personal preference in buttons, but they still work fine. I haven't had any issues with them. So I guess that's it as far as where I'm at. Again, I've performed with them on stage. They work phenomenally. You can pre-program them and set them for stage, so it's a one-button push, and they both they both hit on right when you want them to. Programming is easy. I'll go into that in the next part, and then yeah, they're great weight, good feel. I can't think of anything else to talk about, so if you have any other questions, feel free, let me know. Next part I'll show is kind of the software and let you know how all that works together. All right, so here is kind of the brains of the Ignis Pixel Buugeng. This is the Ignis Pixel software. It is the same software they use for Staff or Wand or Poi. It's very, very easy to use. They have good tutorials on YouTube for it as well, and on their website. And again, you load in your images, and then you load in a song. You load in, music of some sort. There's the music. I'll post a video of this programming, this Timeline 1 program that I put together. And you put the images, you just drag an image onto the time bar of the song, have it fit where you want to in the song. It changes on whatever beats, etc., however you want to program it. And that's it. That's how you build it out. As you can see, this gives you an approximation of what the image is going to look like as you're spinning. And again, you have to make sure you're you're looking at the 80 HD, which is what these are. I think most of them are set to that. Most of these came with the software. So most of the images here come with the software. They're downloadable from Ignis. You get some really cool stuff. And again, even if you're not seeing the detail, that, that kind of wave detail, you get a really nice kind of blue-white flowing, kind of image when you spin. This kind of thing, you actually can see the detail, pretty well. This one is one of my favorites. Again, it has a great detail, a great movement to it. Some of these, most of these right here, I've created myself. Again, I showed you earlier the purple and green. This is a purple and green pulsing. It flashes, it strobes purple and green. And this one is the purple and green stripes that I had shown with it on. This is a purple and green kind of bullseye, so it gives, again, a kind of a pulsating. And then this is a geometric pattern that I primarily used with the purple and green. Again, obviously, purple and green are kind of my flow colors. I'm putting together a performance based on the purple and green color scheme, so that's why those are in there. And that's, again, you put in whatever patterns or colors you want in the specific slots, again, as part of the song. And then it does not program the Buugeng with the song. It doesn't do anything like that. It's not sound sensitive, like it doesn't hear the song and know what part it's supposed to be on. It's literally just a timing thing. You're putting the song in there to get the timing of where you want each pattern. And so again, you hit the start button on the program on the Buugeng when it hits the specific part of the song that the flow starts on. So if it starts right at the beginning of the song, like this one, then essentially what I have to do is hit play on the song and hit play on the Buugeng at the same time, and everything's pretty much in sync. Again, not difficult. It did not take a lot of time to learn, and it's really, really fun to play with. And what I'm having fun playing with now is just putting together my own images. As you can probably see on the screen, I modified the Buugeng Convergence logo, Buugeng Convergence 2020, April 30th to May 4th. I will be there. And I took that logo and just to see how it would display in the flow. And it did. I think it displayed pretty well. That's kind of how it's expected to display. It's just a circle with that, kind of S with the hand in it. So the next part of the video, I'll just do a brief clip of how to actually program the Buugeng from the software. I've been working on a new program, I guess you call it a program, for the Ignis Pixel Buugeng, and just uploading everything. So this will be a part of my extended review. All right, so that is kind of my extended review of the Ignis Pixel Buugeng. Again, so far I'm very, very happy with them. I have not had any issues. Another thing that I can say very positively is the customer service, or the tech support for these, is excellent. I did have an issue initially putting them into connecting these to my MacBook. The software works on both PC and Mac. I have a MacBook. There was a bit of an issue connecting them. I reached out to them via chat. They actually have a live chat on the Ignis Pixel website, and they were able to help me. It was a driver's issue. They were able to help me inside of 20 minutes, and they stayed on the computer. They stayed on the chat with me until I confirmed that I was actually communicating with the Buugeng, and no problems. Again, that was very, very easy, and it's the kind of customer support that I would love to see a lot more of from some of the flow companies. So really, really good there. If you are interested, again, reach out to me. I can answer any questions. And I have a promo code for Ignis. If you buy the Buugeng or any prop from Ignis and use promo code FlowChad, you get 5% off. So they've been happy with me doing my reviews and letting people know how they work. So yeah, thank you.